In the heart of the mysterious town of Ravenswood, where whispers of the supernatural dance through the ancient trees and mist-kissed moors, the Johnson family eagerly embarked on a new chapter. Oblivious to the eerie tales that clung to the air like a spectral shroud, they set their sights on an imposing Victorian mansion, their new abode. Unbeknownst to them, the aged walls harbored a tapestry of untold stories, each chapter woven with threads of tragedy and the spectral presence of a bygone era. As the Johnsons crossed the threshold into this realm of secrets, they unknowingly stepped into a twilight realm where reality and the ethereal converged, bound by the haunting whispers of Ravenswood's enigmatic history. As the clock struck midnight, an ominous hush fell over the mansion. The flickering candlelight cast eerie shadows, revealing hidden crevices where forgotten whispers echoed. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and unseen hands played a haunting melody on the long-neglected piano. The family, captivated and unnerved, felt an electric charge in the air. In a bold move, Mr. Johnson declared, "Enough of this." But as he approached the door, it swung open with a ghostly creak, revealing a corridor bathed in an otherworldly glow. The family, torn between trepidation and curiosity, ventured forth. The air crackled with an energy that hinted at a spectral uprising. The children, their eyes wide with a mixture of fear and excitement, took the lead. As they explored, portraits lining the walls seemed to shift, and the ancient floorboards creaked in response to the invisible dance of unseen entities. A sudden gust of wind extinguished the candles, plunging the mansion into darkness, only to be replaced by an ethereal glow emanating from the once dead fireplace. The family found themselves drawn into a living tapestry of the supernatural, where the boundaries between the living and the spectral blurred. The mansion, now a stage for the unfolding drama, demanded the Johnsons to become unwitting actors in a spectral saga that had long yearned for an audience. As the clock struck midnight, Ravenswood's dark secrets awakened with a vengeance. The mansion, once dormant, became a stage for the paranormal as strange occurrences gripped the Johnsons in an otherworldly embrace. Doors, seemingly guided by an invisible force, slammed shut with a resounding echo, leaving the family in startled disbelief. Shadows, like spectral dancers, twirled and swirled in the corners of the rooms, their movements synchronized with an unearthly rhythm. Unexplained whispers, carried by an unseen breeze, cut through the stillness of the night, sending shivers down the spines of the Johnsons. The air itself seemed to vibrate with the energy of restless spirits, eager to make their presence known to the unsuspecting newcomers. Mrs. Johnson clutched the edge of an antique table, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and fascination. Mr. Johnson, attempting to rationalize the inexplicable, ventured into the darkened corridors, only to find his path blocked by an invisible barrier. The children, wide-eyed and trembling, huddled together, sensing an unseen force orchestrating a symphony of the supernatural around them. As the night unfolded, the Victorian mansion transformed into a realm where the veil between the living and the spectral grew thinner, and the Johnsons found themselves entangled in a dance with forces beyond their understanding. Little did they know that the strangest chapters of Ravenswood's haunted history were yet to be unveiled. In the dimly lit room, the Johnsons couldn't ignore the weird stuff happening anymore. Emily and Jacob kept insisting they saw a creepy figure, and the whole family felt on edge. One stormy night, as thunder shook the windows, that eerie tune came back, louder than ever. Ignoring the parents' warnings, the family followed the creepy music, finding a hidden door. They opened it, candles flickering inside, and suddenly, slam! The door slammed shut behind them. A ghostly voice filled the room, telling a twisted tale of a family meeting, a tragic end in that very place. Now, trapped and surrounded by shadows, the Johnsons had to face the fact that maybe, just maybe, the old stories about the haunted mansion were true. The air crackled with an eerie energy as they braced themselves for whatever supernatural secrets awaited them in Ravenswood. Caught in the grip of the haunted mansion, the Johnsons couldn't shake off the creepy shadows that seemed to come alive. Sleepless nights turned into a twisted blur as the family, worn out and spooked, started to lose it. The once friendly air now felt thick with the gloom that played tricks on their minds. Desperation pushed the family to try a ritual they thought could kick the ghostly hitchhiker out. But instead, things went from bad to worse. Unbeknownst to them, the spooky energy in the mansion latched onto the Johnsons, turning them into vessels for the restless spirits. Now, it wasn't just the creaky floors and flickering lights scaring the family. They became part of the supernatural chaos. The more they tried to fight it, the deeper they got entangled in the ghostly web. The mansion, once a mere backdrop, became a stage for a drama where the Johnsons were unwitting actors, caught between the past and the present. And as the spirits whispered their secrets, the family struggled to break free from the spectral grip that now defined their twisted reality. In the crescendo of their supernatural ordeal, the Johnson family faced the malevolent force head-on, engaged in a fierce battle to protect their lives. The walls of the Victorian mansion bore witness to a symphony of agonized screams and ethereal wails, a haunting fusion of the living and the dead. As the climax reached its peak, a blinding flash of light enveloped the mansion, casting everything into darkness. In that moment, the very structure that harbored the paranormal chaos crumbled into nothingness, leaving behind only an empty void where the Johnsons once stood. The town of Ravenswood, perhaps in an act of collective amnesia, reclaimed its silence, as if trying to erase the horrifying events that unfolded within the haunted walls. The family's ultimate confrontation with the malevolent force became a defining moment, marking the boundary between life and a spectral unknown. The aftermath left Ravenswood in an eerie calm, concealing the true nature of the Johnsons' struggle as if it were a dark secret buried beneath the hushed whispers of the town's forgotten history. The once grand mansion, now reduced to a haunting silhouette against the Ravenswood skyline, served as a somber monument to the family that had fallen victim to its sinister allure. The rubble and remnants of the dwelling seemed to resonate with an eerie energy, echoing the tragic fate of the Johnsons. Word spread among the locals of unexplained happenings around the desolate site. Whispers of spectral apparitions and ghostly murmurs suggested that the spirits of the Johnsons lingered, forever trapped in the ethereal grip of Ravenswood. The townspeople, gripped by a collective fear instilled by the chilling tale, avoided the shadows that clung to the ruins, unwilling to venture into the spectral remnants of the horror that had unfolded within. In the quietude that settled over Ravenswood, the ruins of the mansion stood as a silent testament to the mysterious forces that intertwined the living and the dead. The tragic story of the Johnson family became a cautionary legend, a whispered warning against the unknowable secrets that lurked in the heart of the haunted town.